So this morning, I'm leaving my house, right? And I have like certain rituals I do. I mean, there's lots of rituals I do throughout the whole process of when I wake up, but there's a ritual I do before I pull out of my driveway. And so I'm in my car and I'm doing my ritual and I look up down my driveway and my whole house has been TP'd.
Oh. Again?
Again.
Man.
And I'm like, come on, man. Come on. And I'm like, with the way modern technology is today, like, I got cameras. I will find you.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Like-
Yes. Not a secret.
I'm going to know who you are.
Your boys are popular, man. That's what happens with the popular house.
Yeah.
Come
true.
on.
Halloween season, it kind of looks like.
Halloween season happens all season.
I know, but right now it looks like you decorate.
Yeah, you can almost just leave it up.
Just leave it.
Leave it up. It's like you made an extra effort to be spooky at your house.
So I've already started going through camera footage, trying to see what you know what I mean? Like just kind of, but I just figured out how to work the app. I haven't really had to do it. So I'm sitting there looking and I'm like, come on. So I backed out. I put a couple pictures up on my Instagram stories and I'm like, what? Who are you? I will find you. I will Liam Neeson your ass. Like,
So then when you find the kid that did it, or kids probably, will you then go TP their homes, or what do you do with that information?
it depends on who it is. One time, I don't know if you guys remember one time it was when I found out who it was, I went and gave their phone number out on the air.
Johnjay.
Don't do that.
Oh,
That's pretty
my
good.
goodness.
Yeah. So it all depends. Like whoever, it depends on who the kids are. It depends on where I will get involved in the revenge. Do you know what I mean? It
You have
depends
to
on
like assess the intent.
yeah. Like the time I gave out the kids' number on the air because they did a mean TP. There's different levels of TP.
Oh, it was the kid's phone number?
Yeah, because these kids, when the kids came out, they did when they like if you TP someone's house and you shred up the TP. And you make it really small, and then you make it wet.
Yeah.
That's mean.
Yeah.
Like what they did in my house today is fun TP. It's
Okay.
fun TP. They were doing like, you know what I mean? That's fun.
It's actually kind of good news because just a few months ago, we were all worried about where toilet paper was going to come from. It must be back if we're TPing houses.
My
I
house
don't think
got
those
TP'd.
kids are worried about where the TP came from. I think they just took it from their parents.
My house got TP'd in the middle of the pandemic, and we saved all the toilet paper and used it all.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Not in the very beginning when it happened.
Yeah.
The worst TP job ever happened in my house was actually when it was my friend. It was Super Bowl champion Kurt Warner. When he TP'd my house with about 700 rolls of toilet paper, and it looked like Christmas morning in the snow.
And he can throw really high.
Yeah, and I got that all on video too.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, that was just wild
It's
to
good
wake
fun.
up.
I
Wild.
can't believe it was on a school night.
I know.
That's crazy.
There's just I want to know. I can't wait to. It's like the Masked Singer. I can't wait to find out who it was.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a game show involved in this.
It could
you
be.
Know, go TP people's houses in costumes and then wait to who did it.
Oh,
what
if they're wearing
celebrity
a
did
costume?
it? Huh? There you-
Oh,
That's the
no.
only way to do it in costume.
Oh, yeah.
And now, like with all the dogs at your house, none of them went crazy in the middle of the night?
I don't know. I went to bed like at 8 last night.
Oh.
So I don't know. I don't know when my wife went to bed. I don't know when the kids went to bed. I don't know. I just don't know. So who knows? Anyway, but then Suzette, what happened with you this morning? Because that was how my morning started. How did your morning start?
I woke up scared. I was terrified this morning. So yesterday I was talking on the phone with my mom, and I was telling her that I've been struggling, like sleeping. I'm waking up 4 or 5 times in the middle of the night. I feel like I'm waking up every single hour and looking at the time.
Do you wake up like that, or you just wake up? Like in haunted movies.
Sometimes I sit up and I'm sitting on the edge of my bed and just there looking around, and then I look at the time and I'm like, oh, I still have like 2 hours to sleep, and I go back to sleep. Or sometimes I just like open one eye and I look at the time and I'm like, okay, I got 30 minutes. I'll go back to sleep. So I feel like I don't sleep throughout the entire night. Like I'm up, my mind's going. I'm paranoid that I'm going to wake up late, and I have dreams that I wake up late for work. So it's been horrible. I feel like kind of it started in the beginning of the pandemic, and I haven't been able to get my sleep right. But then I hear my phone ring at 3 a.m, right at 3 o'clock on the dot. And I'm like, what the heck? That's not my alarm. So I open one eye to look at my phone, and I see it's my mom calling. And I'm like, oh, this has to be bad. Like,
It's bad news. 3 o'clock in the morning.
Bad news.
Mexican mom.
Nobody makes a call that early. So I'm like, oh no, like my heart starts going fast. I'm like, this is bad. This is an emergency. So I sit up, I answer, and I'm like, what's going on? And she's like, buenos dias. Just called to wake you up so that you don't wake up late for work.
So-
I'm like, Ma, I have 15 minutes left.
Oh, no.
I showered last night, so I'm waking up at 3:15.